Hey everyone, so today we're going to switch gears and totally leave the world of bourbon and American whiskey and review a very highly regarded Irish whiskey. We're going to review Redbreast 12 year single pot still Irish whiskey, 80 proof, courtesy of my friend Bourbon Barry. Bourbon Barry, again, I cannot thank you enough for this and all these wonderful samples and bottles. Your generosity is just amazing. Definitely follow Bourbon Barry. As I always say, he's got amazing content and he's a great guy. Definitely follow Bourbon Barry. You'll just love his content. So as I said when I started the introduction to all these samples, these latest samples that Bourbon Barry gave me, I mentioned that I'm going to do this in order of proof from lowest to highest. So I kind of generally like doing that, kind of working my way up. So in this case, it actually fits nice because this is the one and only Irish whiskey, and the rest will all be in the category of American whiskey, I think specifically bourbon. But basically, this is the only Irish whiskey. Now, just as a side note, I was planning on getting into Irish whiskey next month as we get closer to St. Paddy's Day. I already had that planned. But this is an early start to that, and there'll definitely be more. So again, I just want to note before I get started, these wonderful sample glasses that Bourbon Barry has with this logo on from Liquid Ministry. They're wonderful. They have measurements on them. I love them. I think that they just really look cool, and they got these labels where you can write something, whatever you're tasting, on the top. Okay, so let's get into this. So basically, this is Redbreast 12 year single pot still Irish whiskey, 80 proof. So single pot still Irish whiskey basically is the following: it's created from a mash containing both malted and unmalted barley, and then it's triple distilled in copper pot still. So basically, when you have the American whiskeys, they generally using your malted barley. This is what makes this unique, is it's both malted and the unmalted barley, and then triple distilled in copper pot still. So that's what makes it very special. And there's certain Irish whiskeys that actually do that. I don't think all of them do, but this one does. So basically, that's the deal with that, and it certainly imparts the flavors that it has in here. And again, it's not every distillery in Ireland that does that. Speaking of the distillery is Irish Distillers, Middleton. Again, it's 80 proof. It is aged 12 years, and I believe it is matured in bourbon and sherry casks. So that's the long and short of it. Now, for my own self, my familiarity with Irish whiskey is, really basically Jameson and a lot of the Jameson line. I happen to love Jameson Black Barrel. That's one of them I am planning to review as we get closer to St. Paddy's Day. Of course, we'll do that with the regular Jameson. But so my experience is more in the Jameson line and a few of the others. I've had the Stout. I've had a few of the Jameson line, but outside of Jameson, I am definitely not as experienced in tasting a lot of them. So this will be a good experience to try this. So let's get this in a glass and get started. Okay, so we have this in a glass. Give this a nose. This is just a lot of rich sweetness coming out of this. Kind of a robust smell for 80 proof. I got to be honest with you. And by the way, just the color is, I noticed of the samples, this was definitely, I believe, the lightest one, which is not a surprise. Irish whiskey, I think, would be lighter. And also its lowest proof. So there's a couple of reasons why it will be. It's a lot of, it's definitely sweetness, fruit, a little, maybe a little familiar vanilla in there. It's just, I think it's just, I would say a very, very rich, robust fruit smell and sweet coming out of that. All right, let's give this a taste. Cheers. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, this is very good. It's funny, there's not a rye whiskey, there's not rye in here, but I'm definitely getting a dose of spice in here. Even on the palate, this is robust for 80 proof. There's definitely drinks I would think a little more punch. I'm not going to really say punch, but it definitely has a lot of full flavor in here, definitely for 80 proof. Now, when I think of anything to do with malt, I'm generally looking for some of that malted flavor. But remember, this barley. Some of it's malted barley and some of it's unmalted barley, so that's a little different. But I am detecting a little bit of malt taste. Again, some of that fruit. A little bit nutty. This is very tasty. Now I'm kind of thinking my experiences with Jameson, which I like. Again, I like the Black Barrel more. It's definitely, in my opinion, better than the Jameson. But this is very good. This is a 12-year Irish whiskey. I've heard many good things about this. This is absolutely very good. Um, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to do this. I happen to have some Jameson, regular Jameson, 80 proof. Let's put them right against each other right now and see how they compare. Okay, so I just happen to have a little Jameson. Could be full disclosure. I was planning on using this Jameson to compare it against the Black Barrel when I do review it. But honestly, you can get these anywhere for like $1 or $2, so I'll just pick another one up. So color-wise, I don't know, this could be a little darker. I think it is. There's a little bit more in here, but the Jameson looks a little darker. So let's get right into the Jameson. This is the 80 proof base Jameson, one of the most popular, definitely the most popular, I believe, Irish whiskey in the world as far as selling. You know, this is everywhere, and in every bar and everywhere you'll just see is even on a plane, on a train, in one category of Irish whiskey, it's generally this. But I have been seeing Redbreast a lot too. So let's just taste this. This one has a little bit more of an ethanol smell. I'm just going to taste. I should be drinking water with this, but we'll just go right into it. Right away, the Redbreast is just smoother. I can tell this right away. You know, I'm just going to repeat this once more. It's not the Jameson that I like Jameson. Jameson's really cool. So is a shot and a beer, and a lot of people do that, and that's fine. But it's the Black Barrel that I like better, and some of the others. Jameson's pretty basic. I've never been a huge saying this is absolutely delicious. No, this is, to me, on this one, it's a great comparison, but I don't think there's any contest. The Redbreast 12 is much better. It almost tastes buttery smooth. This is, not that it's harsh, but it's just not the same flavor. I think what I think for the Irish whiskeys, whether it be Black Barrel, this Redbreast, or any of the others, I'm going to use this as kind of like the benchmark guinea pig. You know, kind of like you got to have a benchmark, and this is the basic, most well-known one, and I'm going to be using this often in that regard. So in this particular one, I just thought it was great just to kind of spontaneously take this out. And the Redbreast 12, it is just a buttery, delicious flavor. I think that's just the best way I can describe it. It's got and also a surprisingly nice finish, for 80 proof. Total mouthfeel is it's a buttery, delicious mouthfeel. I think it's far better than just the regular Jameson. So we'll use this again in different comparisons, but this Redbreast 12 is a winner. I've never had it before, but I will definitely be looking to purchase this one. A lot of people have said great things about this. Thank you, Bourbon Barry, once again for this and for all the samples, and thank you for you. Definitely follow Bourbon Barry, and we will continue with these reviews. Cheers, more to come. Take care. Thanks for watching.